Hey, I'm pretty hungry.
Yeah, what do you feel like eating?
I don't know. Tacos sound pretty good.
I don't want to go to fast food though. We should make our own tacos.
Yeah, well, we can teach you how to make delicious and nutritious tacos.
I don't know. Drive-thru just sounds easier.
No, come on, let's go to the store.
I know you guys want to help, but I think going through a drive-thru would just be way easier.
No, see, you can pick up taco seasoning packets like this one, and all your seasonings are in one spot.
And we already have everything we need at home. We just need to grab some oregano. There are a lot of flavors of tortillas you can get at the grocery store instead of at the drive-in, and these ones are a lot more healthy for you.
Plus, we have a great way to spice these up that you'll love. The recipe calls for diced tomatoes, and the great thing about this, Will, is that you can get mild, medium, or caliente if you really want to spice things up.
Well, I like a little spice, but my roommate doesn't, so I think I'll just stick with a medium.
There are lots of different tomatoes we could use for these tacos. These ones are beefsteak, or there's vine-ripened ones. Or Will, you like Roma tomatoes? They're just like the ones they use in spaghetti sauce.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Another great advantage over a drive-thru is you get to pick what kind of onion you want. You can either have a sweeter Mayan onion or a kind of spicy red onion.
There are lots of different kinds of lettuce you could use for these tacos. This time we should use a crispy romaine.
Another great benefit of coming to a grocery store is you get to pick what kind of meat you want to use. For our tacos, we're going to use half ground beef and half turkey. That way we get the taste of ground beef, but the health benefits of using turkey.
You could even use lamb or applewood bacon, or chicken would be awesome with these tacos too.
Look at all these cheeses. A good taco needs good cheese. Will, what kind of cheese do you want?
I don't always buy cheese, but when I do, it's always Cougar Gold. I don't know about this, guys. It looks really complicated, and I think it just would have been easier to go through the drive-thru.
Oh, well, it's really not that complicated. Plus, if you use the little packet, all your spices are in one spot.
I think we're going to use all the spices we had on hand though, and that way we know exactly what's going into the meat, and there won't be any additives like there are in the taco mix.
All right, well, first we're gonna start off with cutting up the onion. We just cut off the ends on both sides. And we just need about a half cup, so we'll need about a quarter of an onion. So we're gonna cut it in half real quick and just quarter it again. And then we'll just cut up this for our tacos.
Here, Will, why don't you cut this second quarter of the onion? And if you lay it flat on this side, it won't roll around, so it'll be a lot easier to cut. And this quarter we're going to use for the toppings of the taco at the end. And the first one we're going to use to cook with the taco meat.
Perfect. All right, now I'll dice up the tomato real quick. Once again, we're just going to cut off the ends.
So are we going to be using these tomatoes for the meat or the toppings on the taco?
Well, these diced tomatoes we're going to put on the toppings at the end of after the meat is cooked, and we're going to cook the meat with this diced canned tomatoes.
All right, next we have our meats, and we're doing half ground beef and half turkey just so we can lower our fat content and still get the beef taste. So we're going to mix these up. And Will, actually, while I'm mixing these together, will you dump one of the onions in with it?
Okay, while Haley cooks that meat, why don't you open this can of tomatoes? So before we add the tomatoes and the spices to the meat, we need to drain the fat.
So, is it time to add the spices yet?
Yeah, now we're gonna add the tomatoes, the cumin, the oregano, and the chipotle powder.
Yeah, well, we chose chipotle because we wanted a nice smoky flavor. But if you want more heat, then you would go with the chili powder.
Will, why don't you grab the tomatoes and the chipotle, and I have the oregano and cumin, and we're gonna add it to the meat.
Hey, will you grab the cheese grater and grate up the Cougar Gold we got?
Now that the meat's done, we're gonna gather our favorite fillings for the tacos.
Real quick, I'm going to show you how to shred the lettuce, but if you don't want to do this, you can always buy it in a bag already shredded, but this is super easy. As I do that, then I'm just going to go and use the curve of my knife and just...
Now we're gonna show you how to prepare the taco shells.
For these, we're gonna take damp paper towels and place our corn tortillas, which are healthier than the wheat ones. And then just kind of zigzag them forth. And when you place them in the microwave, we're gonna just steam them for about 30 seconds.
So after we've steamed these for 30 seconds, we are gonna add a little bit of flavor.
You just start by taking a canola oil spray and lightly dust the taco shells.
And then we're gonna add a little bit of spice with some salt and some chili.
Hey Will, can you grab the oven rack for us?
So we're gonna start by draping the tortillas on the rack, and this way they will get crispy and they'll have a little bit of the taco shell shape. So now we're gonna put these into the oven at 375 degrees, and we'll cook them for about 7 to 10 minutes until they're crispy.
Wow, those look really good.
Yeah, and they're a lot healthier for you too, and they have more flavor.
Great, now we can fill these up with all the things we prepared.
Wow, these taste great.
I know, and not only do they taste great, but they're a lot healthier for you and a lot less expensive.
Exactly, look how much meat we still have. You can share with your roommates or your friends.
Thanks, girls. From now on, I'm gonna eat healthier and smarter.